Hello, everybody. I figured this might probably be the easiest way to get the news out, but as the title of this post suggests, I have Hodgkins lymphoma cancer. It's crazy. I don't think anybody ever thinks they're gonna have cancer. I sure didn't. I never ever thought I would um, have cancer and be going through all these different treatments and everything. So to tell you how it happened, on October 26th, I woke up and had a weird sack on my collarbone. So I'm messing around with it and I'm getting ready for work, and I'm like, you know what, this is too weird. I gotta go to the doctor. I go to the walk-in clinic and they take some blood samples. They look at it and they think that it's probably just from a minor infection, which is pretty common to have a lymph node pop up from a minor infection, and to monitor it. And if it gets bigger, to come back in and see them. So it pretty much immediately got bigger, but after like a week or two, it started to go away. So I'm thinking, all right, this was just a little infection, nothing to worry about. Although I did start getting some signs of symptoms like night sweats. They weren't too severe at the time. And so time's going by. This is actually getting smaller. And now moving into December. And here comes December 4th. I wake up and I'm like, I can feel just a little bit of something like popping through. And I can feel that I have my lymph nodes on my neck, around my chin, is also starting to get bigger. And they removed the one on my neck for a biopsy. You can see a little scar there, but you can also see the bump for the swollen lymph node on my neck is the most obvious one. I got a bumpy neck now, which is great. So I go in, I schedule an appointment with my primary doctor. I go in and he pretty much immediately tells me to go to the ER. And so I do that, go to the ER. They start doing all sorts of tests. They take all sorts of blood and run all sorts of tests and give me a CT scan with contrast, and you can see how all my lymph nodes going through my chest are all swollen, and that there's clearly something serious going on. It's either lymphoma or some sort of other disease, something that's worse in my book. And so now I'm like, okay, well, I got something serious going on. The symptoms day by day are getting worse. The night sweats are getting more severe. I get chills. I'm starting to lose a ton of weight. I've lost 20 to 25 pounds. Have zero appetite. I have basically zero energy. It's been pretty rough. My cough has been off and on pretty bad, but I schedule up a needle biopsy, and I think that was December 13th that they did the needle biopsy, and they just basically took core samples, and that was basically a failed biopsy. So now I'm stuck just not knowing what the heck I have. I'm thinking, the worst. All you can do in that situation is think that you have the worst lymphoma cancer. You can't help it, to be honest, but you're thinking like, okay, well, like I got to start planning for my daughter. Like, what if I die? And it was pretty rough not knowing. So I finally get a surgery scheduled where they can remove an entire lymph node, and this lymph node was probably the size of the tip of my thumb. And that goes through, and I'm just playing this waiting game, and just finally get the results on the 13th of January. And I mean, I found out it was Hodgkins lymphoma. And to be completely honest, I was relieved. I mean, I haven't ugly cried like that in a long time, because Hodgkin's lymphoma, fortunately, has a really high curability rate. So, I didn't want to have these other severe ones. Obviously, if you're going to have cancer, you want the one that's the most curable. So now things are starting to move fast. Next week I have a bone marrow biopsy where they're going to be taking bone marrow from my spine and knocking me out for that surgery. And then Thursday I have my PET scan, which is like a 3D imaging scan. And that is the biggest tool to find out what stage lymphoma I am in. So, stage 1, 2, 3, whatever stage. Hopefully I was fast and this is at a low stage, which means, I guess in theory, it would mean that it's more curable. So hopefully that is the case. And then on Friday, I get a port put in. So I get port surgery where they put in basically a tube that's direct access to my heart, where they can give me the healing poison we call chemo, which starts on the 5th of February. So every 3 weeks, I'm going to be going through, I guess, some pretty hardcore chemotherapy, and probably lose all my hair, which, I guess fortunately I'm shave it already, but I'll likely lose my eyebrows and I'll just be a weird looking hairless guy, I guess. I don't know. And that's going to be going on for about 6 months, 6 rounds of chemotherapy. Fortunately, we have paid family leave here in Washington, and that's going to last 12 weeks, so 3 months of that is covered. The other 3 months I'm trying to take off so I can heal. I'm going to be extremely neutropenic, I think it's called, so highly susceptible to diseases. The common cold is dangerous for me. Just not in a good state to go out and go to a concert, or work. Extreme fatigue. So if you pile those, what chemo is going to do to me with the symptoms I already have, it sounds it's scary. Really, it's scary, but I know that it's what needs to happen in order to move forward. So with that being said, I am going to try to crowdfund a little bit so that the other 3 months that I'm off, I can do it and not have to hopefully stress so much about money and paying my bills, and hopefully come out of it on the other side in June, and hopefully I'm cured. Hopefully I'm ringing that cancer-free bell at the Multi-Care Cancer Center, and I'm moving forward with my life. But I know I'm gonna have a hell of a battle between here and now. So I'll post that link down below. I'm hoping to make update videos as this goes on. And one thing I definitely want to tell you guys is that if you guys have a concern, if you guys feel a little weird bump come up, then go take it. You go to the doctor, get it looked at. Take care of yourselves. Don't wait until it's too late. I could have put this off, and it could be way worse, and it could have been way harder to get cured. So take care of yourselves. I'll keep you guys updated. Wish me luck. I'll take all the prayers I can get. And I will talk to you guys later.